You guys, I'm so excited. It is September and I am participating in this Souptember collaboration.
Leanne from Mennonite Farmhouse has put together Souptember 2022. Be sure to go check out her channel to get all the details and not to miss out on the grand prize giveaway day on October 1st. But until then, you have the opportunity to get a new soup recipe every single day from different YouTube channels. So make sure that you look down below and you follow the playlist and don't miss any of them. They're going to be great.
And I'm so excited. Today we are going to be making cheeseburger soup. It is a delicious recipe and I can't wait to share it with you and show you some of the few things that I do to tweak the recipe that you might have already tried yourself. So join me in the kitchen and let's get some prep work done. After you have washed all the veggies, we can start chopping. We're going to need potatoes, carrots, and celery.
And a white or yellow
This
onion.
we'll use later. The type of potato I have here today is like a yellow gold. It is a soft skin potato. And so I do not feel the need to take off the skins. So we don't mind that in our family. My goal here is just any spots that may be bad to remove them and to chunk into small cubes, and I'm going to throw them in a bath of ice water to keep them cold so they won't turn brown. I have likely cut up more potatoes than I actually need, but if you put them in cold water and keep them in the refrigerator, they will actually stay fresh for a day or two, and then you can use them on another recipe. Maybe I'll make some potatoes for breakfast. Now with the celery, I am just going to use this handy little gadget here and let it do all the slicing for me, easy. That's why I always leave this end piece on here, so that even though I've washed it and I know I don't want to use it, it's my handle. I'm not very good about actually using the handle that comes with the machine. This is similar to, but not, I don't believe it's called a mandolin, but it's the same idea. Let's see if we can do two at a time. Yeah, maybe not. So next I need to shred some carrots. This is actually used for making cauliflower rice, but I have found that it can usually handle other veggies too. Cheese, I've used it for all sorts of things. Not liking how that's turning out. I'll just shred it up for you. I like that it can go, when you go back and forth, you're actually getting two cuts instead of one. It, although is plastic, is very sharp. So I have to be careful not to get my knuckles. Again, if washed well, you don't have to take the skins off. I think we're gonna stop here. And all these bits and pieces, you can save those and make your own broth and stock. While we're cutting, I'm going to go ahead and cut up this green onion. We're going to use this later for the topping. Separate some of the pieces a little. Cover this in plastic. Put it in the refrigerator. Save it for later. Just gonna cut these into chunks. Doesn't have to be perfect, because it's going to taste amazing, and your family won't care if you have perfect cut little pieces. And we like onion, so I'm gonna get one more. Okay, so the next step, we're gonna actually do at the stove. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take couple tablespoons of butter. Let's go take this over and get it melting. Okay, now that we've got the butter melting, we're gonna go ahead and add in those onions, the celery, and the carrots. Give this all a quick stir. And let it saute just a little bit. What a beautiful mirepoix we have just made. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do is I'm gonna cook some bacon for the topping. We'll go ahead and get this started while we have the veggies sauteing. My husband likes this jalapeno pork. He wanted to try this pork bacon. And I'm gonna do that for him, but I'm not into that thing, so we're gonna do turkey too. And I'm gonna try putting it in the oven and see how that works. I've heard so much about that. And I feel that if I put it on this broiling pan, I especially feel that if I use this for the pork bacon, that it will have all the drippings go down below, but I may end up with a horrible mess and totally regret the whole process. But we're gonna do this together, friends. We're gonna see what this is like. See if we like this way of cooking bacon. You know, this is just a new adventure for both of us then. My husband likes very spicy things. That's not what I'm into. And so I probably cook bland for him. Let's see if this is something maybe he'll enjoy. Tell me if you've ever tried this type of bacon before. Do you like it? I'm gonna go ahead and cook this entire pan up for him, and he can use the leftovers for omelets, or breakfast burritos. Okay, into the oven it goes. Okay, I've already added a quart of chicken stock, and now I'm going to add a pint of home canned chicken broth. Come over with me, I'll show you how things are looking. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add these potatoes. Already looks wonderful, doesn't it? We're gonna leave this wooden spoon in here. Leave this lid on so it leaves a little bit of a crack. And we're gonna let that steam and boil until the potatoes are soft. Okay, so that's been going for maybe 20 minutes. And the bacon is in the oven. It's not looking too bad. And I'm getting ready to start the hamburger. So I'm gonna grab a pan out of the fridge and I'm gonna start frying it up in my cast iron skillet. And I'll bring you over there with me. But I think I forgot to mention something. I'm doubling the recipe today. So what you see me actually putting in and using is not gonna be what the quantity looks like for you. But I'll put the correct amount in the recipe below. Okay? All right. So while that hamburger's browning, we're going to go ahead and chop up this blocked cheese. Alexa, shut off timer. Okay, bacon must be ready. So let's check this out. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Wow, guys, the turkey bacon definitely got crispy. And I'll be able to crumble that. And his peppered bacon looks like it did the same.
Thank you so much for
And
taking
then
the
we'll
time
add
to
our
start
spices
this.
and
If you
sour
enjoyed it,
cream
to this mixture while it's
And
still
if you're new
hot.
to my channel, stick of the
Welcome,
butter in
and I'd love to have
the
you go ahead
hamburger.
and join
I
and
don't like
subscribe
cooking with a
and
high
ring that
fat
notification bell so that you're
hamburger.
able to see when my next video is out.
So I'll need
Bye for
that
now.
extra butter, and I may need a little more yet to go with to make it kind of a roux. I'm just gonna kind of chop this up into chunks. The reason I use this type of cheese is because it just melts so easy. I do make my own quite often. And one of these days I'm going to show you that recipe. I've actually taught a class once with some kids on how to do it. So it's really not terribly hard. You just have to take a few moments to set aside to be able to do it. Another trick about this is it's easier to cut if it's cold. Let's go check on that hamburger. Okay, now that butter is melted in there and we have a little extra fat to work with, I am going to add some flour. We're fogging over. There we go. So basically you're going to treat this like you would biscuits and gravy. And we're going to make a roux out of it. And let me tell you folks, it's a lot harder to cook when you're trying to video this. Oh my word, I'm one-handed here. And I'm trying to look through the lens of the camera to see what I'm doing so I don't lose you. Whoops. Okay, so now we are cooking the flour. Oh, I'm making a little bit of a mess. The flour is going to thicken this like a gravy. I don't want it to stick at the bottom, so I'm going to take one of these flat whisks and just whisk it while it thickens. Okay, see how this has gotten nice and thick like a gravy? That is perfect. Now that we have the gravy mixture, we're going to incorporate it into our soup mixture. Incorporated So the next thing I'm going to do is start putting in the boxed cheese to start melting. Okay, so you can get the already shredded cheese at the store, no problem. You can also get a block and shred it, and it tastes so much better. And it's really easy. I'm just using this same one. Ta-da! Fresh cheese. Now, if you do accidentally make too much, a little tip for you is put a little cornstarch with it and stick it in a baggie, and you can use it later. Okay, we got the cornstarch in there, and we'll just shake it up. Let's get some soup. Nice, fresh, hot bowl from the stove. We're gonna put a little extra on there. We're gonna sprinkle some cheese on there. And we're gonna sprinkle some green onions on there. And we cannot forget to crumble up that bacon. Mmm, yum.